in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers! Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers! Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run and hide.
Hey, it's the RebelTaxi Pizza Party podcast.
No, I'm the host. Hey, it's the RebelTaxi Pizza Party podcast, you pussy penis. Oh, my God. Pizza for you people. Nesska's here because she's fucking tickling me. Stop.
Tickling you.
I'm Nolan. Hi. Who is the next in the pecking order that came on?
I guess me. Oh no, it's Jim. Okay,
no,
go for it.
No, Izzy, you go, Izzy.
No, it's just because like
Jim was the canonical next person who came on.
It's true, but I'm on more, so I don't know.
Oh, no, well,
God damn it!
If we do it with age, I would go last. So maybe...
We've done this for over 100 episodes, and we still have not figured out a pecking order for introducing everybody.
Oh, hey, it's me, Ken. I'm back.
Oh my God, it's Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Oh,
Ken, what have you been?
You know what? There are people who legitimately have listened to this podcast for like years and don't know who Ken is at this point.
Oh,
that's tragic.
That's true. But there's also equal amount of people who legitimately still don't understand why Ken left and think there's some kind of secret controversy about it.
Listen, the reason Ken left is because there were words said. We're not going to say which ones, but they involved shit, what's an old joke we can use, like a callback? Anybody remember?
I want to see if there's a diaphragm where where what overlaps between people who think Ken left because of a controversy or versus flat earthers, and see if there's like a parallel.
Why would you want to overlap diaphragms? That sounds disgusting.
Sounds kinky to me.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, hi, I'm Izzy.
Oh my God!
So I drew some new T-shirts on the TeePublic store, and it features. Well, it's just me, but there's a character select screen on the shirts, and there's also Ken there. So you know.
Let's see. Gonna do the rest of us.
I want to see this.
Eventually, maybe. I don't know. I got a lot of things to draw. You know?
Is this on This is on Redbubble. You said correct?
Stop tickling me.
Hey,
I'll figure it out.
Nesska, can you get like a whip and force him to draw certain stuff?
No. There's lots of things I want to draw, you know.
He's just too lazy.
Really
Fix it.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm tickling him.
There's too many things.
I tickle him and then I cringe him out by doing this one other thing.
I'm not some other media franchise, you know, that has a bunch of...
Oh shit, we have a guest.
Oh,
We have a guest. Who's this person?
Yes,
hi.
Guest.
Yeah, hi, I'm Cosmo. I'm uncomfortable, weirdly aroused, and happy to be here.
Okay, so why
Thanks
are you
for having
weirdly
me.
aroused is the question.
Who are you?
Anyway, I'm Cosmo.
I mean, that's
Something just came up. I gotta go.
He's pretty much like most guests. So
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Please. Well, what are some?
I would say
what
that
you-
this might be the worst possible episode for me to be a part of as the first one I'm on. But
Why?
by
why?
that, I don't know. I don't know because every episode is like this.
What
It's just-
expectation do you have of us?
Yeah, you
Too
legit said
high.
you were. Yeah, you legit said you were nervous, like while coming on, and I'm like, really? You're going to be nervous about this fucking show?
I don't
No.
know. It's just like if you listen to something or watch something for so many years, it's just kind of weird when you're actually part of it. You know, it's not that I have any expectations. It's just like it's not ever gonna measure up to the expectations you set for yourself. Also, as a guest,
Who's to say that this is actually happening and you're just dreaming and you're part of?
it could be. It's most of my life these past couple of weeks because my sleep schedule has gotten so awful that I can't really determine what is actually real.
And that is why your expectations have not been met.
Well, since you're not sure if this is real or not, let's talk about the banana controversy.
Wait. I want to say.
No, I don't want to talk about that. That's way fucking too political.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
I already made a Republican joke. We can't talk about the banana controversy now. Especially when it involves such key Democratic and Republican figures. We cannot talk about that right now.
Why does Izzy always bring up politics?
Oh my God. Izzy, listen, just because you're the governor of West Virginia doesn't mean you always have to come in and bring up the fucking banana controversy, okay?
Oh, wait, you won that election?
Yeah. Didn't
Oh,
you know?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Izzy.
Thank you.
So,
On a
Izzy, what's your
side note-
first legislature?
Okay, well, I want Pan to draw us as the cast of Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
This is all a dream
Mhm.
for Cosmo. I think that'd be really cute.
Oh, if this is a dream,
Yeah, do
I
it.
actually
How about
have
the Wizard of Ooze?
I have a dream. Is that do you ever go to the movies and they make film students make a Coca-Cola commercial before the movies?
I love those.
Yeah, I want it to be like that, but it's Pizza Party, and it's just all of us in front and go, "Hi, we're the Pizza Party podcast, and this is our short film about Coca-Cola."
Dude,
and it's just like it's not weird. I don't want like Creech can be referenced. That's fine. It's just a normal Coca-Cola commercial, and it stars us, and Coke gives us like $1,000 each or something. That's all.
Why don't you make that, but for Pizza Hut, so that they actually have good commercials for once?
If Pizza Hut, if you're interested, or even Little Caesars, or even who's below that, contact us. I would be down. But I wanted to start with like, "Hi, we're the Pizza Party podcast, and this is our short film," even though it's just a crappy commercial.
I want to throw in a thing.
Yes.
Okay. So legitimately, this is probably the worst idea I ever had. But if we have another panel on Saturday or Sunday, could we, when we get together Friday for MomoCon, can we like do like a short film challenge where like we give ourselves like 4 or 5 hours to make a short film to premiere during the panel?
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
We could cut it together right there. Oh yes, we do have to do this.
That would never work because I would procrastinate on all those times.
You don't get a chance, Pan.
Yeah, you literally don't.
Hey, but I'll be going, so I'll make sure he gets there or he does it.
I mean, if I could cut it. Look, I edited the previous short film, so.
The one where you took the most fucking takes.
Hey, that's because Nolan, I am an actor. I studied at
fucking God. It was one line and you messed it up 3 times.
Look, I had to do a lot of animal work, and you were like shut up about cheetahs, and I had like there was a lot of internal sense memory.
And who's never been on camera before got it done in 1 take. You took 20.
That's because I really needed to feel the character. I really.
It was you. You were the character. It was just literally you.
Yeah, but who am I really, Nolan? Who am I?
Oh my
really?
fucking God. Okay, this is done.
Can we get an understudy who's like? It's like the community episode where they do that.
You're the gym understudy. There. Solved.
Actually, I would like it to be like I'm in certain shots, but then Spo just plays me randomly, and people just assume I took 20 takes, and you got frustrated.
No. We'll do a 2-shot, but instead of the back of your head,
okay.
Will be your,
why don't you just
double?
Wait, did you? I've referenced this skit before, but do you remember the Mad TV thing where it's Full House with the Olsen twins, but one of the Olsen twins is really fat and one's really skinny, but they use both of them as one person and it doesn't cut well, and it's like anyway, that's like one of my favorite. I just, even though that's like maybe not body positive or whatever, I still think it's really funny.
My favorite Full House
in terms of the short film, you should just force yourself to do 1 take. Just if you mess up, it doesn't.
I should.
If you don't have time, just force them to do 1 take. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll make sure of it.
Well, if I get the script like days beforehand, I could really memorize it and write a lot of notes down. And...
Well, that's the thing. Is like, should we have a pre-made script, or should we write it the same time?
I mean,
I have an idea. Everybody writes their script, and then like they don't label the characters, and then they send the script over to other people, so you have no idea what you get.
I mean, I know David Mamet, and we could get him involved.
Oh my God.
This could really take off.
Cosmo, you're officially Jim now. Can you please do your best American accent?
Well, this is already my best American. I've been called Irish, American, Brooklyn. You can call me whatever you want.
Are these people
none of those things?
Yeah, are these people bad at naming things?
Apparently. Someone in the chat called me Skip from Bob's Burgers, which I'm not entirely sure who that is, but I think it's the Pakistani guy.
New suggestion.
That's a new one.
On Friday, during the part where we're at the table greeting people, we'll have a bowl, and people can drop drop down suggestions for themes or stories or ideas, and then we can throw that into our short film.
And we could just make like a fake trailer thing. And that way we can have a lot of quick cuts, and no one will notice that it's bad. That's why you do quick cutting.
Can I have like 8 costume changes?
It could be like a big trailer we all paste together, and it just makes no fucking sense.
We could have someone going like, "It's true, all of it."
The Avengers are finished. Da, 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 da,
You gotta have that Hans Zimmer.
Actually, get like Ken to shoot an end thing at the end of the trailer, and people would.
He shows up at the end.
No, just go like, "Hey guys, I'm here," and like, "Is this past footage?
Will Ken be at the
Is
panel?
this now?"
I invited Ken to 2018's, and he didn't want to.
No, Ken was in the audience. You didn't see him?
Oh, we're doing this bit, are we?
No.
I just can no. If we have Ken film something, we just have to have like something like Ken's back in black.
If we could get Linkara to shoot. By the way, Linkara, we need to do something with it. Oh, I also suggested in my last Mystery Science Theater review that Atop the Fourth Wall of the Movie should be on Mystery Science Theater, which I think he would let them do it. I'm like serious. Like I think
he absolutely would let them do it. The thing is, will they do it?
Yeah, I don't see. I don't think they'll get into the black hole of the Nostalgia Critic universe. So
I haven't watched the Nostalgia Critic in a while. Has he improved since the controversy a while back?
Sure.
I have no idea. I stopped watching before that, so
that's kind of like asking if the douche you knew in high school ever got out of being a douche.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
but that was me.
I mean, he has a new group of friends to take advantage of. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. What?
The Transformers will return after these messages.
But first, this video is sponsored by Alex, who donated $100 to the Patreon. He wants to promote his webcomic called Comic Me. It's about a cartoonist living in New York. These are random strips about what artists go through, but usually my favorite strips are the flashbacks of him growing up in school without understanding much English and putting up with other students. Links below to Comic Me.
Hey, Cosmodore. I should have asked this a long time ago, but
yes.
For someone who hasn't seen your videos, what videos would you recommend them watching?
Oh wow!
God, that's like halfway in the podcast
Look,
already.
we just got sidetracked by some controversy stuff, so I don't know.
What? Just edit it in retroactively.
I will.
Just go.
Oh no,
right.
Well, let's not even joke about you editing the podcast.
Okay.
It's time. Guys, it's time traveling pan. Look.
Oh, hey everyone, it's me.
It's Stephanie.
No.
That's Stephanie's voice.
Because I feel like every time I look at the comments section, once you get past them bitching about me and Nolan, there's always like someone going, "Oh, Pan didn't edit out the thing. He didn't censor out the thing."
Whoops. I don't know. I just listen to the podcast in the background, so sometimes stuff slips by. You know.
He's just a lazy boy. That's asking way too much.
Why do you even listen to it then?
I'm listening to it, but I don't listen to like every single little word I say. You know, like sometimes I'm looking at something else.
It's not about always you, Pan.
It's because Pan cringes when he hears his own voice.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Get an editor then.
I am an editor. I don't want to pay other people.
Well, okay. If please, Pan, stop jerking off while you're editing the podcast.
Shut up.
So you can pay attention.
I don't do that. That would be weird to hear your voices, which I don't do that, so no.
Well, wait, is that why you don't talk for long periods of time?
No.
Stop pretty much the truth.
Stop.
This is so sad.
Glad I got
Yes,
to answer
So
that
yeah,
question.
Cosmo.
Nesska, hand check.
No.
His hands are in my hands, so we're fine.
Oh, that's cute.
Cosmo, what are some videos you recommend we watch from you?
I recently did a yearly review, my top 10 episodes of the year. I like that video. I like mine on Avatar I did a few weeks back. It's always usually the most recent videos. Sometimes I'll release one when I do like a more recent topic that I want to get out as quickly as possible. But usually like my more highly edited ones, like the 20-30 minute long videos, those are the ones I'm most proud of. So I do like reviews of semi-obscure Canadian shows some people may have seen, but I haven't. So it's also like a way for me to like get introduced to some shows I wanted to watch for the longest time. And sometimes I'd also do like reviews of Disney shows, Nickelodeon stuff. So Yeah, I try to dabble in all sorts of topics.
Yeah, because you cover a lot of 2000s movies. Which movie review would you recommend them to watch?
My open season one, I'd say.
Oh yeah, open season was a thing.
They made like 3 sequels.
They did. They made too many. The third one's actually good again.
Oh,
which
I think
is
the
surprising.
third one featured like designs by the guy who made Cow and Chicken, and some of the humans look like Cow and Chicken characters.
That's the second one also.
Oh, second one, yeah.
Isn't the third
Yeah,
one with
I think he did all the direct-to-DVD sequels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't the third one with the circus?
I don't know.
The
That's
third
Madagascar.
No, they had one
No,
where...
it's open season 2. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The fourth one is the Halloween film. The third one is circus, and the second one is, I don't know, like visiting poodles.
Speaking of unnecessary sequels, why is there so many Alpha and Omega sequels?
Dude, I have no idea. I need to make a video on that sometime because like 4 or 5 people in my comment section keep begging about it. And I know for a fact that under this podcast you're gonna find at least 2 or 3 people asking me about it as well.
It's gotta be popular in some like foreign country.
Maybe,
it has to be.
Or just furries.
I don't think even furries are that
red. Foreign furries.
Maybe foreign furries. Maybe Russian foreign furries because they don't have anything.
Yeah, I just want to say that wolves are the most vanilla of furries.
Wolves and foxes.
Have you ever seen Masha and the Bear?
No, but there's like Subway ads for that.
There's Subway ads, and one compilation of that is actually in the top 10 most viewed non-music videos on YouTube. It might be in the top 10 videos just overall.
The kid stuff, the reason that happens is because like, what's it? Do you know what Baby Bump is?
Not
It's
really.
like, you would have no reason to, but they're basically like these like little short things of like nursery rhymes that kids watch, and like Sophie will watch those. Like if I put them on, she'll just be like perfectly still. So like every parent knows this thing, but they'll just keep replaying it. So I think one of them has like 4 billion views or something like that. I was like, damn it, I need to make content like just me singing nursery rhymes or something. Like,
have you like there's a channel called I shouldn't name call, but if you search for Miraculous Ladybug Season 3 channel promo or something, there's gonna be 5 or 6 nearly identical videos with the same title, and they have like 6 or 7 million views, and they're all made by the same dude within a month. And I'm sure he's gonna continue doing them, and I'm just watching them thinking, oh, well, maybe I should reconsider doing what I'm doing.
There was a lot of like small European animation studios who just these simple things where it's like these really badly animated people with huge heads like singing like Wheels on the Bus or something, and it gets millions,
Johnny.
Tons and tons of views, and it's just like, I'm like, ugh, you didn't even try. Like, this is like, they were like, we should maybe finish rendering it before we go to lunch, and he's like, or we couldn't and just take the day off, and they're like, cool, let's do that. And that's what they do.
Yeah, that's the thing, because kids are gonna watch it anyway. And that's also kind of the disgusting part about it, is that they could literally throw in anything in there, which is also why I'm glad YouTube is starting to strike down on those channels a little bit at least.
Well, I don't know. Kids like more very simply animated things. And I think like Peppa Pig's huge and things like that, where it's like it just looks like very simplistic shapes that they can get and immediately like latch onto it. And so it's like, it's not fun for us to watch, but like it's like they'll like go crazy because they're like, this is my thing, you know.
If you look up my name on YouTube now, one of the first results is actually a Peppa Pig live stream.
Oh,
I don't know how that
Peppa
happened.
the Pig, I don't know anything about it, but I guess it's British made.
Yeah, it is.
Because like I have a couple of friends who are like, I think I might need to limit my kids watching this show because she's starting to develop a British accent.
Wait, really?
Oh
my god!
Because they she'll watch it all. Like if she had her way, that's all she would watch. Like that, like kids love Peppa Pig. I don't really get it, but I'd prefer to watch We Bare Bears or She-Ra or Hilda, which I've shown her. But it's like always Peppa Pigs.
Well, you could get a British accent from watching Hilda too.
Also, Hilda's pretty good.
Hilda's awesome.
Oh no, I really love Hilda. Such a great show. It's my favorite show of the year.
Hilda might be my favorite animated show of the year, actually.
Yeah, well, like I got kind of bored with it towards the end, but like for the most part, for a show set into like mystical world where like everyone lives next door to mystical creatures, It's pretty down to earth and chill, and I like that.
Mm-hmm. My friend Coddle was really into it, and he was really mad when I told him about the fucking what it was, Jim. What's the yellow thing? The big yellow thing that was the beanbag at the.
Oh, I forgot what that is. Yeah, that
From
Nintendo.
Yeah, no, from
What
Hilda.
are
It's a
those
big yellow flying thing, and there was a big beanbag at New York Comic Con you could take a picture with.
I know, yeah, me and Nintendo. If Nintendo's ever face reveal,
if Nintendo's going to MomoCon, he's going to have to face the fact that he will indeed need to do a face reveal. So,
wait, is he?
He is.
I mean,
he's planning on it.
I didn't know this. Okay, cool. I like that guy. He's cool.
I like whenever you say that, Jim. It's just like, oh, I like this person. They're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I could imagine somebody you hate. Oh, that guy. Well, I guess whatever. It's fine.
I'm surprised Nick isn't in the chat.
Nick is. I think. You know what? No, actually, I'm not going to say anything on Nick's behalf. He's abandoned us because he doesn't like us. That's what I'm going to say. He's a hater.
Whoa.
Hashtag Nintendo drama.
No. Nintendo? Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Pizza
We'll just
Party
hang out with
does
his
Nintendo.
Oh, we'll just get his cheaper equivalent, Chris Genesis.
I was gonna go with Sam Genesis or something.
Or maybe Chris ColecoVision.
That's a good one. That's some gamer. Oh man, can you picture it? Hey guys, it's me, Chris ColecoVision here. Today we're going to be reviewing another video game. This time it's going to he holds up like the cartridge and doesn't even edit like any of this. It's just him talking kind of like a 480p camera. We're going to be playing Pawn for the ColecoVision. Now this game right here, this fucking game makes me pretty angry. So angry, in fact, I think I might want to kill myself. Actually, so we're going to pop the game in and we're going to play it.
I could see him doing a live stream kind of him playing like the ET Atari game. This is what Chris ColecoVision.
Yes.
Wait, no, we gotta be more progressive. We'll get a girl to replace him, and we'll call her Cindy 4.
And then people, will get mad that we replaced Chris ColecoVision, and then people will start up drama over it.
What are we talking about at this point?
maybe we'll get Erica Atari.
Dora Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Dora Dreamcast didn't live that long, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
She made good content. She made good content, but it just wasn't the time for her.
Yeah, she wasn't appreciated in her time.
They gave her a full page in the yearbook for
Oh.
At least she wasn't Jessica Jaguar CD. That would have been a disaster.
That was depressing.
Mm-hmm.
How about Samantha Saturn?
We don't talk about her.
Like she came in like at the she like uploaded all her videos and she's I'm doing this all at once, and then everybody's like, what? Why would you do that? That's the dumbest thing. Like nobody's gonna want to watch all these videos at once, so they didn't bother. But you know what?
We should.
Speaking of all at once, have you ever seen like that YouTube auto-generated channel which uploaded like 100 videos a day?
And it's just a bunch of test patterns, and like a lot of creepy channels covered it, and they were like, what could this mean exactly? Could it possibly be a government thing?
Oh, I've heard
yeah,
that.
It's only
Netflix,
like red and blue
has the same thing.
Auto-generated titles. And the funny thing is they actually have views, which I don't know who would ever want to click on that. Like I get clicking on one just out of curiosity, but there are people actually subscribe to their channel and clicking on those videos regularly. And I mean,
it's because of those creepy channels like Rainbot or Scare Theater or Nexpo who I mean, I love those channels. I'm not making fun of them, but I'm just saying they covered them and they're like, guys, it's just a fucking test thing. But there are people who are like, but what about the aliens?
I guess so. Yeah. Maybe they do want to communicate with someone. It could all be a cover-up.
I know Netflix has a like an unlisted video that's just to test like quality and streaming and stuff, but people are like, what is this? It's so weird.
Did you guys hear that Black Mirror has an interactive movie?
I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard about it. It's basically, the movie, it's like a game that makes you go crazy. Like what was that game legend, the video game legend?
Polybius.
I said
Polybius.
It right. Yeah, I said it right on Twitter. But yeah, it's basically Polybius. But then they took a game that never came out or something, and that's the name of the Boulder Snatch or something. That was like a real
Boulder
game.
Snatch?
Boulder Snatch.
Or
I might watch it later
Bucket
tonight.
Fart. I hear there's like thousands of possibility. I haven't done it, so I'm just going off of what Twitter told.
Right.
Do you have to know anything?
I don't want to know anything about it.
Do you have to know anything about Black Mirror in order to do it?
We don't know.
Here's everything.
We haven't done it yet.
Here's literally everything you need to know about Black Mirror. Hey, there's technology. Isn't it great? Oh no, it's evil. That's every Black Mirror.
Okay, cool. Then I'll take a look at it sometime because I like that. I like that interactive shit.
Okay, Nolan. The good thing about Black Mirror is you could watch basically any given episode and would immediately understand what's going on because they're separate entities in and of themselves. You don't need any context. The bad thing
it's
is
just
that
basically
the one half is like not part of the best stuff you could get on Netflix, and the other half is just complete bullshit, in my opinion. Like.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'd agree. There's certain ones that I think, like the John Hamm one, I really liked, but then there's others where I'm like, okay, you made an episode about Twitter, and I don't think you know what Twitter is.
Or the very first episode, even I didn't like that one at all. Like
the one where they fuck a pig.
See, that one I haven't seen actually. I've seen a lot of them, but I see the problem with Black Mirror I have is always that when I'm watching, I'm like, couldn't I just watch the Twilight Zone? Like, why am I doing this?
Well, the digital Twilight Zone. It's about a Twilight Zone, but about Twitter.
But then I'm like, this is like not even, I don't know. It just never, I think the cool thing about the Twilight Zone is it did it did a lot of different kind of stories. And I think Black Mirror is sort of like the same crap over and over again. And it gets a little, like, I can do it in a bit, but like when people call it genius or whatever, I get a little like, okay, chill out. Like there's like a lot better anthology shows that like the people who say that aren't aware of. But anyway,
well, you
sorry.
see,
That's just old man
my
talking.
criticism of Black Mirror is that I like I'm gonna San Jupitino. So I forgot what it's called. It's one of my favorite episodes. It's a really good lesbian story. However,
okay, sorry, finish.
However, it's a highlight of the third season, but it also fucked up the rest of the show because you could tell that the tone changed in their writing because they really desperately wanted another one of those because that one blew up super hardcore.
Oh yeah, it did.
That's all I was gonna say was I just feel like that, like it's my favorite of. Is it my favorite? I don't know. Season 3. I really like season 3. There's some older ones I enjoy, and I don't like. I don't like anthology series like it and like American Horror Story, where like they start out separately, and then they like kind of flirt with the idea of throwing cameos or like little tiny like Easter eggs to older stories into it. And then they're like, you know what? We've actually mapped this out the entire time. It's all connected. I'm like, American Horror Story, you could barely write a season. Don't even give me this shit that you
No. Didn't Black Mirror did that the last one?
Yeah.
The last season.
So my only suggestion, Nolan, if you watch any episode, don't watch Black Museum. Save that one. Because honestly, when I found out they're making another season of it, I was both excited because I like Black Mirror, but I was also disappointed because Black Museum just works super well as a series finale.
Yeah. Well, maybe what they thought was they did what this not to bring it back to the Simpsons, but I am write the season finale and then just move on and keep doing episodes, like because the Simpsons already wrote their season finale.
I think there's a better example.
What?
Oh shit! There's a show that like I forgot which one, but there is a show that filmed an episode, it aired, and everyone says it acts as the series finale, but they kept going. And so there's like an episode that was made, produced, and I can't remember what it is. It's a sitcom, I think. But like it acts as the series finale, and that like the fans are supposed to, once the show ends, just go back to that episode. And it's satisfying.
I want a Full House episode of Black Mirror. I just think that would be really interesting.
Well, Fuller House is quite big.
Oh.
I mean, I watched one and it was horrible.
My favorite thing about Fuller House is that they take a dig at Mary-Kate and Ashley, and they like are so proud of themselves. They all stare at the camera, and everybody's laughing and cheering for a solid minute. And in like television time, that feels like 10 minutes if you're doing the same thing. And it's legit, just like this is like legit, like terrifying. It feels like they actually are aware of my presence.
No, did I tell you about the fun? I think I've mentioned this before, but that John Stamos tried to contact Elizabeth Olsen to do Fuller House, and when he was in the interview, I just said to him, "What she's doing? What is she doing? Of course she'll do our show." And I was like, "Dude, really? Like that's how big you think Full House is?" Like I don't
think it's that he thought Full House was big. I think that he thought that he just didn't know what Elizabeth Olsen was up to, and as it turns out, she was in the Marvel Cinematic fucking universe.
Yeah, I feel like it's both those things.
Wasn't Elizabeth Olsen also in that one horror movie that was filmed in one take, quote unquote? Or is that a different Olsen?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What a strangely ambitious yet terrible idea of a horror movie in one take.
I think it could work, but that didn't work.
Yeah, no, it didn't. And it also, like, even back before
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I saw it in theaters when I was younger. Because I think
Oh, really? I
think one of my friends wanted to see it. And I did. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of impressive. But then you're like, oh, wait, I can see where they patched together all the takes. So never mind.
Well, but by the way, any movie that has a famous long shot, they usually cheat. And if you see them go by a wall for a second, that's always the cut. Like even the famous Halloween tracking shot.
That has like 2 cuts.
Is cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has 2 cuts. I think I don't know about Touch of Evil, which is the most famous one, but a lot of them have several cuts.
Because in the Halloween one, isn't it where like he puts the mask on as a cut?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the mask and they like turn a corner. It's usually something you won't notice, so you don't think about. Like La La Land had a lot of long tracking shots, and the whole time I was like, while I was watching, it was like in my head I kept going cut.
Mm-hmm. I did that too with that movie. What's the movie called? Even the Elizabeth Olsen horror one? I forget.
I thought it was called. I reviewed it, and now I don't even. It's like Open House or House something.
Why don't you ask Sophie? I think she knows.
No, Sophie's counting right now. She's busy.
I think it's Silent House.
Silent House. Silent House. Yeah.
Yes, Silent House.
The lesser movie spinoff to Silent Hill.
Well, if I was in charge of the trailer to that Silent House movie, I would want like some sort of like reveal of the title, and in the trailer it would just like reveal Silent House, just to be a dick.
Oh man, why did I have to remind myself that Silent Hills was going to be a thing?
Oh,
I mean, you could do a one take hard. Couldn't do it the way they did. You'd have to do it like hardcore. Was it hardcore Henry? Hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Be like that. You couldn't just do one location. Like that's stupid. That's why that didn't. Anyway, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They tried.
Yeah.
Or they didn't. That's the problem.
Somebody who needs you everywhere you look. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
Speaking of people being assholes in high school, like Sundar Girl and Nesska, Sundar Girl was telling me all the terrible things that I did in college because apparently, like, I didn't know I was doing anything bad, but we just had a night where she was just telling me like, yeah, you were a dick in college, you did all of this shit, you were socially inept, you couldn't take a hint, nothing. And I was like, wow.
Is that your foreplay?
No, sure. That was a dose of reality.
How do you not know?
I don't know. I thought I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm telling you.
Do you ever
the more I
self-reflect?
watch The Simpsons, the more I see Pan and Homer. They're both the same character.
Oh.
Why you little?
Pretty much.
Except Nesska would probably like it. So.
You're not wrong.
I have 3 children and no money.
I mean.
Wait, does that make Nolan Bart?
Cowabunga, dude.
Which of us is okay? Which Simpsons characters are we?
Yeah. Nesska, please inform us.
Yeah.
What?
Which Simpsons characters are the podcast members?
Wait. Why am I getting put on the spot?
You gotta choose.
I hope I'm not
feeling
feeling
Pan
House.
having performance issues.
Izzy, you're Lisa.
That fits. Oh.
Oh.
Jim is
Jim
Marge.
can be- No, Jim can
Oh,
be Otto.
cool. I'm down with that.
Who
am
can
I?
Nolan be?
No, Jim's Jimbo.
Yes. Oh, Jimbo Jones. Who's Nolan? Okay, I guess Bart. Yeah.
Man, cowabunga, dude. Like, eat your shorts and shit.
Someone
No, I
could
guess
get on
no.
this
Nolan
fan
can
art.
be
That would be
Nelson.
Why do we have to
Yeah.
be Simpsons characters? Why can't we be a good show like
Whoa.
Family Guy.
Whoa.
What the
You're
fuck?
personally insulting Pan and you say that?
The fuck you say that for, asshole?
Oh God, Jim could be the critic.
Yeah, a couple bit worse than I've long thought about reviewing The Critic, both
The
seasons.
critic's so good.
No, I used to love. I mean, I still love that show, but like when it was on, I was like obsessed. I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
more people should talk about The Critic in general, not just
It's-
you.
Mhm.
More of the
Yeah.
animation community, I feel.
I mean,
Well,
I
to
think,
clarify, I think old school Simpsons is cool. I don't really care for the new shit. I think Bob's
Yeah,
Burgers
pretty much
is a lot
everyone
I
agrees
try
better
on
not
that.
now.
I try not to watch the new stuff because it like gets me depressed. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is what life becomes. This. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm
mean,
interested
it
in
is-
seeing how exactly they're gonna write out Apu out of the show. That's the only
ain't
time
gonna
I'm
do
gonna
shit.
like intentionally tune back into the show.
I mean,
except for when I'm curious as to how bad it has already become.
We've talked about it before, but I still think like if they had an episode dealing with it, they could have actually like, you know, kind of
Done it.
turned it around. But they're like just like, I don't know, we don't want to deal with it. And it sounds like because of all the Disney stuff going on, they just like don't want to.
Yeah.
They sound like they don't know how to write him out of the show. I feel they wanted to have an episode where they revolved around how he left town and how that all came together, but I feel like they're just burned out, and they have been for several years now.
Well, it's like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, I think, have been burned out too. But
Yeah.
like if they had this controversy, they would have dealt with it. Whether like it would have been the best episode or not, like I feel like I would have respected what they did with it. And I think like the Simpsons can't be bothered. They're just like I think the attitude that some famous people and big creators have, that they're like, you're not taking this away from me, just stop it, doesn't really play as well now as I think it used to.
Okay, so since we're talking about the Apu thing, I know I got like a lot of shit for it, and as the resident white racist, apparently, I hate white people. I do want to like clarify. At the last podcast, I kind of just gave up talking about it because I get like really bad anxiety about shit like that, especially with like really highly controversial topics like race. And I kind of just like, okay, I don't have a good argument on my hand at this point because like I wasn't expecting to talk about it. So I just kind of like fumbled and like, I'm just going to make an ass of myself. So I pulled out. I will say when I said that it feels different with, I forgot who's the voice actor for Samurai Jack. Yeah, the difference between Phil Lamar playing Samurai Jack and Hank playing Apu is that Apu's voice is based off of race, versus Samurai Jack doesn't really feel like it's super racially toned. Like you could take the Samurai Jack voice and put it on another stoic character, and it wouldn't like really like you wouldn't be like, oh, it has to be an Asian character. I might be wrong, but I don't really. It doesn't seem like it's.
I
Go
think
ahead.
you're right because Apu is based off of a caricature of a 7-Eleven employee, and or like the idea of like that type of person works at a 7-Eleven, and that's why when he first did the voice, like he admits when he first did the voice, everyone laughed because they're like, oh, I've seen that guy at 7-Eleven, and that's like that is sort of like actually racist to assume that person of that race will only have that job and they all know exactly what they're talking about. Whereas Samurai Jack is not taking a caricature and saying only this race only has this job.
Well, okay, so what I guess what they should do is like hire an actual 7-Eleven employee just to get the authenticity.
Sure, Pan. That
What were you gonna say, Cosmo?
It's also that with Apu, you couldn't take the voice away from him. Like it would feel like a completely different character. With Samurai Jack, I feel like another voice would also fit for that character because it's so not like detached from it, but they aren't like intertwined so closely as that you couldn't replace him with like another actually Asian actor as you could with Apu when he had like the voice, or a less racially sensitive voice, I guess. It wouldn't feel like the same character anymore.
I mean, like I would have to like double check myself because this is actually I kind of like found this particular argument about my case when I talked to Kevin from the roundtable.
It is an interesting take.
Right?
It definitely is getting me thinking in my brain hole.
I would,
but then again,
guess,
this podcast is filled exclusively with a bunch of progressives, so
right. I guess the only thing I could do now, if I really wanted to or cared, I would probably go in, take a clip from Samurai Jack, and remove the visuals and see if like how I feel about it and if it could fit with another character. Versus like Apu, you couldn't put it on like to a white character. It would, you'd be like, this doesn't match.
Right.
But yeah, who knows? But yeah, this is really political though, and I don't understand how this is political.
It's cartoons. None of this matters.
I think it's just like
it was made political.
Just fandoms have become stupid political for dumb reasons. But I should add that a couple of people mentioned in the chat, and it is sort of true that Al Jean and a couple of people have said who work on The Simpsons that said he has contradicted and said he isn't going to be written off, whereas other people who also work on the show have said he will be written off. So we're not 100% sure.
It seems like it's an internal struggle within the writing staff itself.
I think that with the Disney thing, it seems like from what I've read that Disney sort of just wants this to sort of just go away and doesn't really want to deal with this until like the merger is finalized, which I don't think it is. So there's not going to be like a definitive answer for it.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like when Harry Shearer for a while intended on leaving the show. They also didn't have a clue how to ever replace him with anyone else, and were considering just writing off all the characters from the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know how they're going to deal with the show like when one of those guys dies, so... Oh, Sophie?
Finally gets canceled.
So what do you think, Sophie?
Sophie, what do you think?
Imminent death. What do you think
want
about
to talk in the microphone? Want to say hello? Say hello. Oh, you're going to be quiet? Okay, now you don't want to say anything. Okay, that's cool.
I think we need to make the problem with Tom Kenny, because he's been playing a bunch of like Latino characters like Eduardo and Raimundo, and I know there was another one, so...
He played a short person.
Yeah, and he's clearly like... I think,
Where's the representation there?
Yeah, we gotta take him down a peg,
Played a yellow dude.
Oh yeah, that's extra racist. Hey, what's with Challenge Showdown having like a yellow Asian character? I mean, the creators is Asian, so it's fine.
Yeah, with Tara Strong voicing Omi and doing like the most racist Asian accent.
No.
Oh really?
I challenge you to Challenge Showdown.
I am Omi. I am Asian. I have yellow skin. That's literally the same. It's the same show.
Oh my god! Shut up.
That's basically what Omi was.
Yes, I know. Like, fuck off.
It is.
Like that's like everyone with a stereotype.
I'm sorry, Nesska. Am I forcing you to challenge your preconceived notions about Challenge Showdown? Well, guess what? I do that with every show, but everybody gets on my ass for it. Fuck y'all. I hate this show.
Nolan, you're being too political. And what I mean by political, I mean I'm hearing things I don't want to hear, so it's not politics.
I'm sorry, I'm a progressive. Apparently, I don't even know what that means, but it's what I am.
You know what?
Okay?
We need to have like two characters grab onto a poo and they say, "I challenge you to challenge your preconceived notions."
Notion showdown.
I wager my fisted Temigon.
Max Gilardi versus the guy who made the fucking bad documentary. Go.
Why don't they just like literally kill off?
Yeah,
Apu?
Let's kill him.
They already did it with Maud. I'm
Maud and
the T-shirt cannon.
The teacher, Mrs. Krabappel.
Yeah.
Well, also, I would like to say, while we're on the topic, that I find it funny that most people's defenses for removing Apu were a lot better than the actual documentaries, which I think is really funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, wow, good job. I guess we can say you started a conversation.
I love it when people say that.
Question.
How would you kill off Apu if you actually legitimately murdered him on the show?
He gets shot by getting robbed at the Quickie Mart.
Yeah, the snake.
Shit.
He gets gored by a snake. Yeah, there we go. He gets eaten.
That guy from the documentary. that guy from the documentary kills him, but he kills him by like doing like a big speech about like how it's wrong and how like he secretly loves Apu, but then
Oh my god.
through his good intentions actually kills Apu.
I think
It's like the Lady Gaga episode where whatever she's singing about actually affects what the people in the town are feeling.
Yeah,
it's like a meta contextual layer onto that.
It would be like he in the episode, and I don't even think like I don't want him to stab Apu or something. I think like he sets a chain of emotion. He starts off a chain of events that kills Apu, and he has the best intentions, and it kills him, and that's how you do it. And then he's like, no, what have I done? End credits. There we go. We're done.
It plays Way to Fall for Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got something in my throat. It's a
I still don't. The thing about that documentary that I find really weird is like, I almost like, because they play it sometimes. I always want to be like, bro, why didn't you just make a YouTube video? Like, what was this about?
Wait, Jim, didn't you talk about this in a call we had together?
I think I talked about. I think it's bullshit that he basically made more than any of us by selling this documentary to a show rather than putting it on YouTube, and it's like way worse than anything any of us make. Like that sort of pisses me off because it's just like he basically takes like the documentary thing that all of us do. And I mean, maybe he has an agent.
He forgot to add lo-fi hip hop beats. That fucking asshole.
I mean, like, does he not watch that girl study forever with her cat sitting in the window in the rain? Which, by the way, no cat would do because cats don't like getting wet. So blew your mind about that one too.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm taking everything down today.
I'm going to be honest. I don't watch the lo-fi things. Instead, I watch the 1 hour of Animal Crossing plus rain videos.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
There's like a website for that where you have different types of lo-fi music and can either add rain or actual like storm onto there. You have lightning and stuff.
I actually legitimately love those. I have to be careful because that rain makes me want to sleep. Like I'm super stoked. I'm moving in February and there's going to be a reading nook. Do you know I can read while the rain and I can watch. Oh, it's going to be so good. Hot chocolate. I'm so excited.
That sounds amazing.
Are you still in the same general area?
Yeah, I'm moving literally 5 minutes away because my roommate doesn't have a car and we have to be we have to be walking distance from his work. But it's going to be a townhouse and it's going to feel like a home.
Oh, that sounds
I'm going to travel over there.
Oh, please. You guys are all more than welcome to come for a couple of weeks.
You hear rolling and you're like, what the fuck is that? And you look and I'm like skateboarding down the street.
Well, just like Bart would.
Yeah.
Wait. It's a townhouse where the front, like the stairs and the door line up. We could do the thing in movies where we get like a sleigh and slide down the stairs outdoor.
Oh my god, it's just like fucking Home Alone.
Home Alone, I think, did Cat in the Hat do that? I think Cat in the Hat did that.
Yeah.
Wait, did what? The thing where you ride the sleigh outside the door?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like you go down the stairs in a sleigh, and because your momentum, you end up going out to the front door.
I mean, the original one was Home Alone, I think.
I think so. But I've been referencing Cat in the Hat a lot lately. I'm trying to make it I'm not actually trying to make it my thing. It just happened to I had a hoe.
No. We should get Mculley on and ask him.
Oh, you should. I still want to watch the sequels. I'm excited to hear what he has to say about those.
I actually heard recently Home Alone 5 was a better sequel.
Apparently, yes. Yeah.
But I've seen 3 and 4. What?
There's 5 of them now?
Yeah, yep. They made a 5th one in like 2012, and I think it was like, because when I saw the 4th one, I was like, man, they've really pushed this too far. And that one was like a backdoor pilot, I think. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Well, no, I was going to say, because the first 2 actually had Macaulay Culkin, and they switched out kids and did a different story. And they're like, oh shit, people just really like the Macaulay Culkin kid's character, Kevin. So they went back without Macaulay Culkin and did a 3rd one with him.
Yeah.
And then, then there's a 5th one?
The 5th one's unrelated again.
Oh.
So, but I still think they should do my reboot idea thing.
Yeah.
What?
We want to hear.
Have I told you my reboot idea?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so
Enzo and Bob.
I worked on this with a friend. I mean, we like just joked around about it. But basically, it's like all right, the trailer opens, fade in. You see the Wet Bandits in an airport, just sitting at a breakfast table, and Harry's like, is he gonna show? I go, he'll show. And then Macaulay Culkin walks up and he's like, all right, guys, what's the plan? And like Macaulay Culkin joins the Wet Bandits to take down this kid who's like the new Macaulay Culkin. And that's like the whole premise of the whole thing. It's basically like Home Alone, but he becomes like the expert at taking down kids who have these expert Home Alone plans, is my whole idea. Yeah, he becomes the thing he hates, like most people. So it's like natural. And then
damn, Jim.
And then like Buzz is like trying to get him straight, like, come on, Kevin. He goes, I don't believe in anything anymore after you guys left me. And like, all this stuff. Because this fits because I heard a
completely
theory.
Ruins the ending, but
no, I heard a theory about if you watch Home Alone 2, there's many times, because Home Alone 1, he wishes his parents disappear, they disappear. It's not his fault that he's in that situation. Home Alone 2, however, he had multiple times where he could go to the airport and said, I screwed up, I'm a kid, I got on the wrong flight, get me home to my family. And he doesn't do that by his own volition. Then he realizes he has all that money in credit cards and goes off on a spending spree in New York because he's lived on his own and he knows he can handle it. And there's many times in that movie where he actually like manipulates people and he knows what he's doing. And that completely changes the character, where like he's clearly been through something in the first one and he's becoming more of a sociopath.
So it's like more of a story about maturity and
it's more just the
becoming of a psychopath.
Yeah, so it's like it actually sort of fits if you watch the second one, that because he they're not like breaking into his house, like he sets up an evil death trap to catch them. That's like a huge difference in terms of morally. Anyway, I watched Home Alone.
That would also make for like a sixth sequel of him literally making sure that he's home alone and killing his whole family.
Making a murderer, Kevin McAllister.
like that set of events.
We need to talk about Kevin.
Was his? Oh, that's good. Was like the thing that like degraded him mentally. He's like this evil person.
I want to see Home Alone, but instead of Home Alone, it's also a mixture of Cabin in the Woods, just to add in Cosmo's idea.
Kevin in the Woods.
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods. Alone in the cabin, alone in the woods.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like he should do it. But the thing is like I feel like you could get Macaulay and Daniel Stern, but Joe Pesci doesn't come back for anything. So,
honestly, I'm really shocked that there's not a CGI reboot movie remake of the first one on Netflix.
No, it wouldn't be CG. It would be by like Warner Brothers, like the shitty Tom and Jerry movies, Tom and Jerry Home.
That would be so good.
Yeah, that would work.
Because Tom and Jerry's there. I have heard that bad. Thanks,
because
Nolan.
Home Alone is a Fox property, that is one of the brands Disney wants to do something with. So
I'm surprised there isn't a Lego game based off of that.
Home Alone.
I'm sure there'll be a Home Alone at some point. It'll happen because that property is like so popular. Like I always hear about it.
I like how the live action remake part just kind of went over your head. You just didn't even acknowledge it.
I did acknowledge it in my head. It was even for me. It was kind of too stupid to comment on. I'm sorry.
Oh, what the?
What would even a Lego Home Alone even do? Like there'd be like 2 set pieces.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I was wondering too.
And
but
New York?
then again, they made like a shit ton of video games based off of it. So
no, Lego Home Alone game makes so much sense. You build the traps out of Legos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes,
that would be awesome. And then on top of it, you have the home, the big fucking mansion that I don't know how those fucking people pay for, but I guess they're going on vacation with
there's a
12
lot
million
of
family
financial
members.
stuff about those movies that like clearly like they are very well. Like Kevin lives a very comfortable life, because there's like they have 5 kids. Like,
right?
5 kids are expensive as shit. Like there's no way he's
only 5.
No,
there's a lot more than 5. Or well, I guess
like Buzz,
5, and then they have
Pete and Pete, Kevin, and I think he has 2 sisters. Like they show a picture of his nuclear family, but then like Uncle Frank, who doesn't pay for anything, who's I've got a lot of problems with. I don't want to. I could do a whole podcast on how much I hate Uncle.
Anyway, welcome to this animation podcast.
No, okay. We'll go animation. So the Super Nintendo game. How do you think that's canon? Because if it is, they literally have like a giant room. They have sections of their mansion dedicated themed. Like there's toy themed, and they have like 8 basements in this one house with a giant safe.
Izzy, they have bowling balls up on their cupboards. I wouldn't question anything.
This family's dysfunctional, and honestly, I think Kevin's should have been the child services should have been called
in the second one they do start they should be going like, wait, so you lost this kid twice? Like, what's going on?
What the fuck?
Also, if a modern day remake of this, Uber would ruin it. Uber and Lyft.
Yeah, that's true.
Or just cell phones in general. He could just call his
major
parents.
plot hole I noticed, and I guess just being a parent or something. No, a major plot hole is that if like I was on a separate section of a plane than my kids, I would go back and make sure they were in their seats and then sit down in my own seat. Like I wouldn't just go, I don't know, they're fine, who cares? Which is basically
But they're stressed out, Jim.
No, they did a head count. They did a head count.
The first movie checks out.
Van. They didn't do it when they got on the plane. She didn't go back and go after they lifted off and everything and gone back and just checked on them. That's like super easy. Almost every parent would do that, and they didn't do that. And it's like that's a plot hole. So whole movie falls apart. It's awful. 0 out of 10.
I have to say, I always preferred the second one, and I don't exactly know why. I guess it's because the traps took over so much of the first film, and I didn't like enjoy that part of the movie as much as
you didn't
the
like
part
the
that
whole
actually focuses
of Home Alone.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just like the characters more than. Isn't the concept about like family and being together?
Fuck that shit. I want to see a burglar get hit in the face with a paint can.
Home Alone's just slapstick movie.
Did you?
It is.
Did you see?
It shouldn't be.
Freiberg and Seltzer do it better though. Sorry.
Which is why a crossover with Tom and Jerry makes so much sense.
I'm more on board with this Tom and Jerry thing, and I bet you Mculley would come back if the Pizza Underground did the music.
Could you imagine the thing, but in 3 ways? Where like first it's Mculley Culkin, then it's the cat, and then it's the mouse. So it's like
this would be amazing.
They have names, Izzy.
Then it's Trump. His second cameo in these movies.
That cameo is so short. I feel like if I was the makers of Home Alone, I would just cut that out, just because it seems to upset people so much.
No,
Donald Trump.
Don't alter the past, asshole.
No, listen, you can't mess with film history. Otherwise, it'll be just like Star Wars, and we're not going to go through that with Home Alone.
Yeah, Jim, you're condoning censorship.
Jim Gizrael raped my childhood. Jim Gizrael raped my childhood. You not remember that from the fucking People versus George Lucas movie?
I remember that, but it's just like,
yeah. I mean,
why would you say that?
Hey, Mr. Lucas, you could never destroy the original versions of the Star Wars movies.
Of course I can. I've got a hammer.
It's because they're within us all. They're within our hearts.
That was I think that's so funny because like people actually legit unironically think George Lucas like destroyed their childhood, and it's so funny to me. Like, grow up. You guys are like 30.
Because like during that whole Last Jedi thing, he like completely was like, I don't want anything to do with this shit anymore. Like he was a little more public during Force Awakens, and then when Last Jedi came around, they're like, do you want to talk about it? And he goes, no, but I liked it. Leave me alone. It's like kind of
okay, but would you not fucking feel the same way after 40 years in such a vitriolic fucking fan base?
One, he never like just wanted to be the Star Wars guy. And when people were like, you're an evil, horrible Star Wars guy, he was like, fuck you guys. Like I created this. Like, you know, it's like I kind of like think the people who say that stuff were being a little the raped my childhood line. Whoever came up with that is like a little clueless. Like, and it's kind of like too much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would you not feel the same way if somebody?
No, I agree with how he feels about it completely. You know,
but yeah, no, I just think it's funny.
To be honest, middle-aged white fanboys can be a little
Why you gotta
extra.
bring white into it, Izzy?
Izzy's a fucking racist.
I've never. That's mostly who I see. And like in well, yeah.
Okay, Izzy, I'm gonna find some.
I'm a racist.
I'm gonna find some black fans who are assholes.
I mean, regardless of skin color, the bottom line is like borderline patriotic fandom is toxic and cancerous, and it needs to go away forever.
And I've actually heard people my age tell me like, I don't know, man, it just doesn't feel like my Star Wars anymore. My response is always like, well, yeah, no shit, it's not your Star Wars. It's not.
It's 30 years ago. Get over it.
It's not just the thing that bothered me about this is like when I was a kid, before the prequels happened, Star Wars was like for everybody. Like everybody liked it. There wasn't like this only nerds like it thing. And then when the prequels came, that changed a little bit. But this whole idea is it's just for like white dudes who grew up in the 80s. That was never a thing. And like that you thought that is your own bullshit and not Star Wars' problem. And you need to work on that and not blame Star Wars.
I do agree. I can see where some people are coming from, where it's like you missed that sort of point, but like there's a way to healthily say that and not like, make it about how like fucking what's her face, Daisy Ridley, the newcomers in Smash Bros. I think their names are.
Yeah,
I really, really like the vitriol dedicated to Rey. Like, but bottom line is she's just kind of a more poorly written Luke, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Like if she was a man, people would be far less critical, I think, even if she does have her issues, which I think she definitely does. I'm of the camp that's like she's not a Mary Sue, but she definitely is written like with a lot of conveniences in mind. Oh hey, I just so happened to meet fucking Finn, Black Stormtrooper man.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna fly the.
Why are you gonna bring black into it?
Because I hate black people. Obviously, that's what everybody says.
There's a lot of.
If we want
This
to
is
bring
why I can't find the podcast anymore.
Is he exposed? Hashtag.
I mean,
I think everyone would be happier if we all just like accepted these are separate universes, like how Batman has a reboot every so often.
But they're not. They're all
guys,
all
chill.
connected to each other.
Look, just ignore that. Just fuck everything. It's been 40 years. How long has it been? Who gives a shit? Who can keep consistent with that shit? Fuck it. Fuck it all. Just,
are you actually legit mad, Pan?
Just reboot the shit. I don't care. I mean, like completely
Jesus
reboot
Christ.
the shit. Just
Calm
fuck everything.
down.
Guys, you're upsetting the baby.
Wait. Okay, I'm really confused. Nolan goes, I hate black people, and people are like, Izzy exposed. You know this is my voice, right? I'm
hating black
Izzy.
people
Wait,
earlier.
hold up. You're Izzy?
Wait, what?
Black people?
This is a
talking about?
fucking
Are you
mess. This
talking
is a
about?
goddamn mess. You
Oh my
guys.
god.
Wait, who?
Christ.
What happened?
And brought this.
Is this on the podcast?
Okay, guys, listen, everybody in chat, you're included in this. Everybody, we're going to soft reboot the podcast. It's going to be the same as it was before, except we're going to clean up all the mess. Everything's going to be connected. All the Ninja Turtles are going to be from the same facility.
Yes.
It's going to be fine.
Let's just
3, 2, 1. Okay, so
into
the
the
Millennium
Spider-Verse.
Falcon.
That was
What,
a good
no
movie.
intro?
The Spider-Verse was a good movie.
Oh, intro.
I'm glad. You know what's great about Into the Spider-Verse is they didn't connect it to 50 other fucking films over the past 30 years.
They actually
down.
did.
Are you? Yeah, I mean they did. Like there's a very soft connection to the Tobey Maguire verse.
Yeah.
So
You know what's
Okay.
You know what? Is interesting?
I haven't seen it yet.
You know what's
you
interesting?
don't need to see it. It's all in the previews.
You know what's interesting about that movie is like how
What's
little
interesting?
backlash that movie has
Because it's
received.
fucking great.
Like the most backlash is from
Right.
dumb people
Yeah.
who can't sit through the animation, and nobody cares about them. So like literally, there's been nothing about like not my Spider-Man or something like that. And I was thinking about that the other day. It was like because the whole movie's theme is like acceptance and be multiple Spider people, and I noticed like no one's really that upset. I was like, oh cool, I guess people are chiller, or the assholes didn't see it. I don't know.
I know there's definitely no way it's the assholes did not see it. I think it's a mixture of a couple things. Like one, Miles Morales has already been an established character for about a decade now, so
Yeah.
people are like, oh, Miles is cool and he's not replacing Peter, so it's fine. Like I understood people who thought like he was replacing Peter because it's just like, so you're just going to replace him for a black guy? That seems sketchy. But then it turns out, no, he's a new, interesting character.
Yeah,
and that's great.
He's different from. I think they did a good job of.
I like Miles a lot too because like his backstory and like his connections are a lot more realistic and like grounded than Peter's. Like at least in terms of comic book superheroes, like Miles just so happens to have like a dad who's a cop that doesn't like Spider-Man. and a supervillain relative, and it's like, oh, that's fine. That makes sense in this kind of universe.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with Peter, when they tried to extend him out, it was like, oh, his parents were government agents.
No,
it's
that
like,
I don't
what
count
the
that.
fuck?
That '90s bullshit. Like that don't count. That's like I don't even.
They've been trying to incorporate that, and I think that's just like way more ham-fisted than anything Miles' backstory is.
That
like
was during the Andrew Garfield ones, and they were really pushing the '90s comics because those were so popular. But I think like the reason Sam Raimi's worked is they got that you do the '60s, '70s stuff, and that's what makes Peter Parker interesting. You don't.
Plus, I mean, like, I haven't seen it, but I do like the dynamic of like Peter being kind of alone in the world with only just an aunt versus Miles having a family. That really like sets the two people apart.
I just think, personally for me, I just think Miles has more potential to branch out and tell different stories or dynamics, and they can change a lot more. Whereas with Peter and his aunt, it's always going to be the same thing. Like, Aunt May unconditionally loves Peter no matter what universe or anywhere, because it's just, they have so many, it's been here for so many decades. You can't change it at this point. You can't just have Aunt May be like, oh, Peter, if only there was someone out there who loved you.
What's interesting is there was a document, I believe it came out during the Sony hack, that Marvel and Sony's agreement is that Spider-Man could only be these certain things. Like he had to be straight, he had to be Peter Parker, he had to be all these sort of things. And I was kind of surprised when they did Into the Spider-Verse and it was like opened up. I was like, that's very contradictory to, obviously, and on purpose, than that document, because it made it seem like they would never change Peter Parker. Like, I know there's all these arguments now about who should be the next James Bond, and should it be, someone who's Black, Asian, trans, and all those things have been mentioned, and people get all sorts of upset. But I just think it's really cool that, like, one of the things I love about that movie is it's experimental, it's different, it's a great Spider-Man movie, but it's like at the end I was like, oh cool, like we can all be Spider-Man. That's amazing. And it felt like so tampered down to this one character, and they showed the universality, because Stan Lee literally said the reason the character was so popular is because you look at an issue and he's wearing a mask. He's not a white guy. He's like, I mean, he is, but you can look at that and picture yourself in that costume.
And now it's become so prevalent. It's like, oh, that's legit, straight up the same thing.
Like, and Stanley,
you can be Spider-Man even if you're a pig.
I mean, and Stanley was always for like this progressive idea. Like, he got mad about Comicsgate, I think, before he died, said like, look, we've always been for, very progressive attitudes. Like, he wrote that after he died, that thing he wrote after Martin Luther King died. Like, he's been very progressive and pro, like, representation and things. So this is like nothing new, to be honest. And this is just furthering that idea that him and Kirby and Ditko would do. So,
like X-Men. X-Men's legitimately, like, they work so well because you can basically use mutant as a metaphor for
completely. And there's so many that I read, because I grew up reading a lot of X-Men, and particularly there's like certain of the New Mutants, which is a comic I still am a huge fan of. And there's certain ones where like a mutant would be killed, and particularly because it was the 80s, you're like, oh, is this to represent, because someone who was killed because they were gay, because they were, Black, because they were this, you're not really clear, but it kind of gives you this ideal of that hatred is kind of evil, is one of the great evils. And I think that's like what's so awesome, that they're really getting more into that, because I think that's like sort of what we need right now. So and to do it in like a fun superhero movie, like you're not being preached at when you're watching Into the Spider-Verse, you're having an awesome time. Like, I don't know. I love that movie.
I think that's another thing. That's another thing, not to hashtag both sides it, but making it very political in the first place, or saying like, we strive to make it, like, making a point to say, oh, we really worked hard, you guys, to make it as diverse as we possibly can. And that's not a declaration of we're trying to do the right thing. It's we are very progressive, TM registered with our company. And that brings out a lot of the fucking stragglers who are like, it doesn't have to be about politics.
Well, the thing
that's another thing.
It's like, no, it's like Stan Lee and those guys, like they didn't talk about it like at every Comic-Con. They wouldn't, not that they were ashamed of it, but they were like, it was always in there. But they would even, I mean, Martin Luther King's death was like an exception, but like they rarely like wrote about it, but when they were asked about it, they would get into it. And I think like that's the real awesomeness of it, is like they influenced the culture and did a lot of, I think changed a lot of people's mind. I mean, I actually think X-Men, what made me so like kind of like really I don't know, I feel like I was liberally indoctrinated or something, because like so much of that I was like, oh man, like why would you call someone a name and hate them? Like the X-Men are awesome. Like what's your deal? Like I never understood that. I was like, if someone's gonna do that, they're probably really bad, because so
and then the wheels in your head started turning. You were like, oh
yeah.
So, are we not going to talk about the big controversy
There is
around
one?
Spider-Verse, though?
What controversy?
There was? What?
Have you not seen the Peony Parker toy where they
Oh,
made
I
her
haven't heard
teeny
about
tiny?
this.
Sad.
I've
That
seen
toy-
that. Oh my god, that's so good.
It's sad that they did that to Pan's favorite character.
Shut up! No, I don't know anything about that character. Shush.
You love that character.
No.
It's your favorite one.
I went to me and Spo were grocery shopping at Walmart, and I went to the toy aisle to see if I could find it, and I forgot I hadn't eaten that day, and I was almost passing out. And he's like, "We're not going to find it." He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Fine, just didn't eat." And he's like,
I saw it at Walmart.
I wish I saw it. But while we're on the subject of very divisive, very politically charged topics, let's talk about Holmes and Watson.
Oh, what is it that makes that movie so bad? I really want to. I'm not going to see it probably, but like people seem so upset by it, like saying it's so bad. What is it that makes it so bad?
They
Does
say
anyone know?
it's literally just that unfunny.
But it didn't seem like hilarious in the trailers, but it didn't seem, because it was shot in like, it was supposed to come out or shot around 2016, and it got massively kept getting delayed. And Netflix apparently didn't want it, which by the way I find hard to believe, because I saw Cloverfield Paradox. So like, come on Netflix, let's not act like I actually saw the Princess Switch or whatever. There's no way they turned down Holmes and Watson. All right, come on, that's nuts. Maybe they asked for too much money. That's probably.
I'm expecting it to be as bad as like The Love Guru or something, if I were to see it.
I mean, it's not doing that bad, isn't it? Like, it's still in the top 10 right now.
Oh, well, I guess that's something. The top 10.
I think it's like, hold on, let's see.
Oh my god. Okay, this is a supposed rumor, but filming for Holmes and Watson started back in 2016, but the release date kept being pushed back after poor test screenings. And in desperate bid to voice the film off on someone else, Sony supposedly offered it to Netflix, who turned them down.
Yeah. I mean, but it's like, it is doing better. No. It's only making a little less than Vice, although it's playing in a lot more theaters, but it's not doing like, I mean, it cost $42 million, which is probably way too much for what that movie was, but it is a period drama or period comedy, whatever. But it's made about 19. I'm sure it will actually do okay based on, I don't know. It's not doing too horribly. I don't know.
We'll see.
I would like an example of a scene that makes it so bad. Like usually if we're like, why is this movie bad? We can come up with a reason. It just seems everyone's like, oh, it's horrible. I would just like some evidence. That's all.
It legit just seems like it's just so so aggressively unfunny that nobody wants anything to do with it.
Well, what's interesting is that if you look at Holmes and Watson, it boasts being a mystery/crime film. It doesn't even say anything about the comedy, even though like any trailer I've seen
Sherlock
says
Holmes,
otherwise.
So there's going to be, I don't know what the mystery is also.
Well, I guess partially, but I can't really imagine Will Ferrell in a mystery/crime.
I heard the concept a while ago. I was like, I mean, that could be a thing. I don't know, but
Literally, the only thing I know about this movie is that people are legitimately walking out of theaters.
Like within the first 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
It's actually by the director of that Get Hard movie, which nobody liked either. Which also
I heard good things about that movie.
Really? I've always.
Was the good thing you heard, Pan, that you enjoyed the pun title?
I don't know, but I remember a long time ago, Mr. Black's movie reviews gave it a good score, like back in like 2008 YouTube. So you know.
Thanks for tuning in, and welcome to this week's review of Walk Hard, starring John C. Reilly.
Is Mr. Black still around?
No, this was like 2008, like back when YouTube was changing and Mr. Black was starting like a big, hey, we got to stop YouTube from turning into Hulu Tube or something. It was like the beginning of like all the YouTube drama.
Although Get Hard came out in 2015.
2015?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm thinking Walk Hard.
Oh, Walk Hard.
Yeah, Walk Hard.
Okay, yeah, I was confused. Like I'm thinking that parody movie of what was it?
You mean Get Smart?
No,
Who's that?
Walk Hard is a
Johnny-
parody of
Die Hard.
Of Johnny Cash's.
Yeah, of Walk the Line and like music biopics. That's what I've heard. It's good. I actually have not seen it myself.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I Get Hard is a different movie completely.
This is a goddamn mess. Holy shit.
So Walk
the guy
Hard
who
is a movie that like I walked in my friend watching, and at first I thought it was legitimately like one of those like rock star documentary-esque like biography films. And it's because I hadn't heard of it, and no one introduced me. Like, oh, it's a comedy. So I was watching it at first, and it took me like 5 minutes to realize that it's a parody of that shit.
I actually talked to someone who saw Spinal Tap when it came out, and they knew it was a comedy, but most of the audience in the theater thought it wasn't a comedy and kept getting mad at them for laughing. Which I think is funny. It's funny now, but like there was no mockumentaries. I think like apparently I heard from a couple of people, they're like audiences just like were not prepared to like have something presented. Is like because there's nothing. Most comedies are like, hey, now's the time to laugh, haha, and like Spinal Tap like doesn't really do that. And apparently there are a lot of people who, I don't get it. Wait, where do I laugh? Like, where do I, But to me, it's like it's so funny. How could you?
Yeah, a friend of mine recently saw that Steel Panther mockumentary they made. If any of you have seen that, it's up on Netflix, and he saw it and didn't know it was a mockumentary and was super confused, and we talked about it, and then I showed him some of their music, and now he's super into it. But yeah, I guess if you aren't really aware of the genre, it can be kind of confusing.
Hey, Cosmodore. I should have asked this a long time ago, but
yes.
For someone who hasn't seen your videos, what videos would you recommend them watching?
Oh wow!
God, that's like halfway in the podcast already.
We just got sidetracked by some controversy stuff, so I don't know.
What? Just edit it in retroactively.
I will.
Just...
Yeah, but you guys want to get into the questions?
Absolutely. Let's let Cosmo pick out the questions since he's the guest, and we've been fucking like smothering him.
Yeah, it's not like I wasn't already chilling in the chat a bit, but
with love. Oh.
You guys,
I can be cute sometimes.
Go ahead, Cosmo. What up?
I haven't seen any questions yet.
There's one
flocking in just now. How was everyone's Christmas, and did you all enjoy your gifts?
I got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Cosmo? You guys celebrate Christmas over there in Germany, right?
Right. Yeah, I got a new phone, and what else did I get? A few books, and that's basically it.
Oh, that's all. What kind of books did you get?
I got the what's it called? It's a Den of Geek book, the Guide to the Movieverse, with Ryan Lambie and Louisa Mella, which looked kind of cool. And I got that Movies in 5 Seconds book, like The Life in 5 Seconds, if you've ever heard of those. I got the movie edition.
Now, Nostalgia Critic made a book? No, he did 10-second movie, right?
I think so. I'm not sure if that's a book, but yeah. What else? No, that's all I got. I also booked my flight to MomoCon just now, so that's basically what I spent my leftover Christmas money on.
But
it was more about the celebration. It's my first convention, which is what I'm most excited about.
Oh man, we'll take care of you. Don't worry. We know what.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Should I be
It's
scared?
a nightmare. No, well, I mean, it's very big and busy, but we had fun. I think if you remember and you saw Jim's video, we found the Captain Planet Foundation and we all fucking died.
Yeah,
like, straight up. I had a meltdown.
That was a goddamn rapture.
Yeah, I was the one who saw it. Right? I was the one who pointed it out, and then we all fucking melted.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I like the hotel that I booked seems kind of crummy, so that I'm not really excited for it. But
is it the Hilton?
No, I forgot which one. It's not like a real hotel. It's someone renting out his house, but it's not actually a Airbnb or something because it was on TripAdvisor. It was just the cheapest option they had, and the reviews were sort of good. I think it had 4.4 out of 400 reviews, so that didn't sound too bad. But I got sort of suspicious with the price tag on there. So we'll see. Otherwise, I'll have to rebook when I'm there.
Yeah.
Hey Nolan, what did you get for Christmas?
I mostly just got little odds and ends, like a lot of toiletries and stuff. My grandma and mom got me some money to help me pay for rent, which was really nice of them. And otherwise, that was it. Just odds and ends, toiletries. Like when you're an adult, you kids say, "Oh, Mom, you got me socks." You be thankful for those fucking socks. You better fucking be thankful. You better thank your fucking parents.
Can I buy you some socks for Christmas?
Absolutely.
Would you appreciate that?
Absolutely, especially if they have tiny penises on them. I think that would be funny.
I will. I'm gonna actually let me Google. I'm gonna find if there's dick socks. Is what I'm searching.
Nesska, what did you get?
They probably sell them at Spencer's.
Nesska, what did you get for Christmas?
I got a Galaxy 3DS with. I'm sorry, I'm a little tipsy right now.
Damn,
I got a Galaxy 3DS with Luigi and Luigi's Mansion and what was the other one you got?
Fire Emblem something.
Some Fire Emblem game.
Awesome.
And got it for me.
Yeah.
And then
I cried when I got it.
Oh.
I've been really wanting that 3DS for like a long time.
Gay.
Yeah.
Also,
I told you I'm mega gay.
True, that is true. Izzy, what did you get for Chrysler?
I actually surprisingly got a lot. I got a couple of video games like Spyro for the PS4 and Okami HD for the Switch and Owlboy, which is really depressing. No one told me, no one warned me because I was having a bad day and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I never played video games. I want to sit down and play video games. And the opening to Owlboy is literally tells you to do a tutorial and you can't do it. It purposely makes you fail, and then the game just insults you. And I'm like, okay, I'm not here for this today.
No, fuck.
I was just like, this is not why I played a beautiful artsy game. And then my girlfriend actually mailed me a 5-pound box of just like cute stuff, like pampering things, glitter. Over the holidays, I actually started performing burlesque, and so she got me like glitter makeup and like fake eyelashes to perform, and that was really, really sweet. So yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah,
so cute. I love it. And last but not least, well, arguably, Jim, what did you get for Christmas?
I did get the Batman animated series Blu-ray set. So because I really wanted it, so I got that. And then
did you get it for yourself?
No, my parents got it for me.
Okay,
so
because it implied it's like I really wanted it, so I got it for myself for Christmas.
Oh, sorry. No, I mean I even went to the Comic-Con panel, and anyway, but I was like, they were like, it was so that was cool. I haven't actually gotten to watch it yet, but it's really nice looking, and it comes with like Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero as well as the whole series. And then I built Sophie a play kitchen, so she has a play kitchen.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Can you show parents? I want to see.
Yeah.
Oh, I realized when I don't think I ever Instagrammed or took any pictures of it, but yeah, it has like little stove like flame things that if you hit them, they make a flame noise. This stuff. So it took me like 3 hours to build. But yeah, felt like a real dad.
I like to think you made it out of cardboard, like Nintendo Labo.
Oh, that would have been. I just followed instructions while I watched like and half of reindeer games. So that was it. Sorry,
Jim, is that Robin Hood in the background,
or is it Moana?
I actually don't know what they're starting. I'd imagine it's the Mickey Mouse whistling at the beginning of a newer Disney film.
Yeah, I bet. For a second, I thought it was the whistling at the start of Robin Hood.
She doesn't watch Robin Hood, but last weekend it was nothing but Lion King.
Oh.
This weekend it's been a lot of Little Mermaid, but she got Moana on Blu-ray, which I ordered the second I found out it was leaving Netflix, I was like, okay, because she can't live without Moana.
It's
and
Moana.
then Coco's probably going to be. And then Coco's going to be next because, or I'm going to buy Coco next because she's obsessed with that. But she watched that this morning.
You didn't?
I
can't believe you got her one of the worst Pixar movies. That's so tragic.
What? Coco?
I think it's
Yes, I don't like Coco at all.
What the fuck? Even Ralph the Movie Maker likes that movie.
Well,
I mean,
wait,
Coco's kind of. I don't know. I like it. It's not my favorite Pixar. It's fine.
Pan, so far you've expressed your opinion based off of other YouTube reviewers.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes,
That's how it is
a
all the time.
Black film critic. Is that the guy's name? I think you said.
Oh, Black.
What's his
name?
Angry Black Nerd. Yeah, that's an angry black nerd out of I Hate Movies.
What?
Or that's a black angry nerd out of 5.
That's actually, I didn't like Citizen Kane until Chris Stuckman reviewed it and told me to like Citizen Kane.
It'd be like that.
What?
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
But now that we're talking about
super racist, I'm sorry, guys.
Now that we're talking about Christmas presents, what are your guys' New Year's resolutions? Asked someone in the chat, which I forgot to keep track of.
Kill myself.
Well, I think New Year's resolutions are sort of dumb, but at the same time, all throughout today, I was like, I need to do this more in 2019. So I think it's just like everyone's New Year's resolution is basically like do stuff better. And since as a society, the last couple of years, we've basically failed on all of that. I hope maybe 2019 we can we got a good SpiderMan movie, so I guess that worked out.
Well,
that was pretty
I think New Year's resolutions are dumb. I'm with you. Like they are systematically proven to fail.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you put all this pressure into it and you just don't. If you're going to start a change in your life, waiting until the beginning of a new year is not a good idea. Or even waiting to the next day. You literally, if you're going to decide to do something, you have to decide that very moment and start going. Because otherwise you're procrastinating and you already put it off. You already failed it by waiting.
No, that's I agree with that. Or have start, if you're not you don't have to be dramatically starting a thing, but at least go, okay, I'm starting with this plan to change to do this. Even if you're doing the first, make out an idea on how to do it, and then you'll get there sooner than just going, I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll do it. And that it usually doesn't work.
With that being said, my New Year's resolutions are this year I lost 80 pounds and I'm down to 279, 275, depending on whether or not I've eaten carbs this week.
Good for you, by the way.
Hey, congratulations.
Thanks. My goal is to hit 230 next year, which is half of what I lost this year. So
I thought you can do it.
Oh yeah, it's super doable. Once I move into the new apartment complex, which has a really nice gym inside, I'm going to start exercising more often.
Do it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm also going to do a butt squat challenge. I want to ass.
My plan is to eat 40 pizzas.
Hell yeah.
In the whole year or in one setting?
No, just over the whole year. I feel like it's reasonable if you think about a whole year.
Yep. Or could we make you 40 little tiny bite-sized pizzas? Could you do bagel bites?
No, I don't see that's I don't want to wimp out on eating 40. I'll update people as the year of another pizza eaten, and then we'll get to 40. Each one will be for charity.
Oh my god. Jim, film it. Make it one a time-lapse video. like a slice a week or something. You could do this.
A slice of
Oh my god. You know what? I regret saying this as a.
I'm holding you accountable. Please, I want you once a week eat a slice of pizza on camera. I need to have a bite, at least a bite.
Time lapse video. Jim eats pizza.
At the end on New Year's Eve, that guy. What was that when he took a picture of himself every day? It would just be me with a different slice of pizza that added up to 40 pizzas.
Well, you need to eat 40 pan pizzas though.
Ordering a pizza and then doing a film job of either having it on a circle thing where you could spin it, or walking around it where you kind of show, and then you get different toppings per pizza, experimenting with different things, or going to different pizzerias around New York.
Yeah, I don't go to too many different ones because you kind of know your local.
Well, now you have to.
But Yeah. Oh man, I shouldn't have said 40. I should have said like 2.
I will accept. How many? Oh, okay. It needs to be at least a 5-minute video.
5 minutes.
I mean,
Okay,
if you do a couple of shots of the pizza, you have a shot of you like showing the slice, like on the camera, and then taking a bite. I think that like you could roughly get like 10 seconds out of each pizza.
See, I would think it would go quick and just like I'll just take pictures and it'll be like
No video.
Like-
You're a film guy.
okay, okay. I'll do like a 10-second video per slice and just cut it up like I do my journal.
How about this? I'll do the challenge with you. Let's make it a pizza party
No,
challenge.
no. See, I don't like this because I want to be pro you. I liked how happy you were about losing weight. I'd be like,
You see,
Jim, everything was going well, and then this pizza bullshit.
but first of all, there are healthier alternative ways to make pizza. So that's That's a big base assumption about you, Jim.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
First
I'm
of
sorry.
all, fuck
I'm
off,
sorry.
Jim. Second of all, there is keto-friendly pizzas. like
that.
okay, I've had crust. Okay, so in Chicago, there's a place that makes, instead of pizza crust, it's sausage. So it's a sausage crust pizza. It's a deep dish.
Oh, I like deep dish a lot.
There's also cauliflower crusted pizza. I could make a challenge of making these pizzas and getting better at making keto pizzas. That might be kind of cool. Now it becomes artistry.
Okay.
There's also
okay. I will try to do this like once a week. Just take a video of me with a slice of pizza, and that'd be 52 videos. And I think that happens once a week anyway.
And you live in New York.
Naturally.
That's the prime place to have like a slice of pizza.
It is.
They sell
It
those.
is.
Nolan learned from like me educating him on how easy it is to get slices. Like,
yeah, no, I learned quite a bit, and I was very happy. Man, if I could have a giant fucking slice for $1 just on my way to work, oh god, I would. Please.
It's very convenient. The only trick for anyone listening for $1 slice pizza is always go to the place that's crowded because that slice is going to be fresh. Don't go to a place that's empty because that slice has been waiting out for 2 hours and it's gross. That's the trick.
That's fair.
So, or if it's always a place that you know is busy, and if it's like the line is down at that time, it's still good. Just always do that.
Got it.
It is a good New Year's resolution, I gotta say.
I agree.
It's one that I would actually want to do.
That's all we're doing.
40
The
pizzas?
entire Pizza Party podcast is now taking pictures of whenever we eat pizza. Let's do it.
You
All
could
right.
just do a compilation of all
And
of you.
I'll post this video on New Year's Eve of
Next year?
of like all these short videos. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do it. I
At
think
least
we can
Team
make fun of it.
Jizzy's doing it. I know that.
Yeah, Team Jizzy will do it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, someone has told me, I didn't realize Norm of the North 2 is coming out January 11th. You've been warned.
Get excited. I'm not going to watch it, and Spo can't make me.
It's in select theaters for Oscar consideration and video on demand.
Okay, this is a really good question. I feel like I need to throw out here since this is supposedly an animation podcast.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
What is a genre you wish was explored more in animation?
Oh, horror.
Yes, same. I was going to say the exact same thing. Team Jizzy.
Horror. No. So many big animation directors have flat out said like there needs to be more horror in animation. There's very few, and it's basically like the problem. The way people view animation is a problem, but also the way people view horror is a problem. And I think that those two genres need to get together and do something cool because there's very few of them. And I don't want like a kid horror, like a genuine, awesome animated horror movie.
Right,
I know, like not Paranorman, nothing like that. Like I want like a good horror movie animated.
Wouldn't
That's
the fact
what I
that like a lot of people tend to think animation immediately kids movie mean that it would be super fucking easy to like make a movie that looks like a Disney movie and then it slowly becomes a horror movie, like super like unnerving and like psychological.
That would be cool, but I think the problem is
parents.
If word got out, yeah, if you were tricking audiences, that like like literally does not work. Like it audiences aren't like, oh cool, you tricked me and this is this different thing. Like I would, if I was watching it by myself, I would be down for that. But
it would
most
work on
audiences,
Netflix or something.
Or
maybe like a YouTube
It's
video.
more widely accepted on Netflix, I think.
If if you warn people, but if people are like, "Oh, I'm watching this with my kid," and suddenly it gets like horrifying, I think that would not turn out as well. Although if it was on Netflix, it would become a big social media thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think so. Well, because like what Sausage Party did, where they very clearly stated this is for adults. Like if they did that, like I think people would be more interested in it. It's not like they weren't. They just were just too dumb to fall.
Well, there was still a bunch of kids in Sausage Party still.
Oh yeah, no, there's kids. I mean, there's kids when I see dead people, so it doesn't. I mean, you can't. At a certain point, it's not the movie's fault or anything. But I think if you were, people are aware of those. But I still think there should be horror and animation need together. It's been way too long. It needs to happen.
I want to see more stuff like in Your Name, or what's it called, Deep Blue, like more existential stuff. More psychoanalytical animation.
Yeah, Perfect Blue, I think, is what you're thinking.
Perfect Blue, yeah, that one.
I love
that movie. Is top notch.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Satoshi Kon's like debut film, and oh fuck you, hate you.
They had like a movie theater thing run.
I know they did
a couple of weeks ago.
My theater sold out, so I couldn't see it. I was
excited. The theater that showed it here was Studio Movie Grill, so I got to eat like pizza and like a milkshake while watching it.
Damn.
God damn. Stop. Fuck. God damn.
Sounds awesome. I was just gonna say I recently watched Spider-Verse, and the cinema I was at was so packed that I didn't get the chance to buy popcorn. And watching a movie without popcorn is just impossible to me. It's gotten to the point where I just can't deal without any snack. Yeah,
I can't. It's too expensive.
It is very, very pricey.
I actually,
it is. Yeah.
The only time I get movie snacks is because I have all the discount theater cards, and I'm always seeing movies, so I always have points to buy like soda.
Well, I'm so rarely in the cinema anyway. There's just such a part of the experience, and I usually watch it with like friends and stuff, and we'd either just sneak some in.
I don't have any friends in New York, so
well then. Sorry to assume that.
The only time I ever, besides Studio Movie Grill, where like the whole thing is it's a dinner and a movie shit. The only time I've ever actually eaten snacks at like a movie theater is when my friend, who is like very like she has a purse, so she's like, I'm just gonna bring snacks, it'll be fine.
I mean, you can actually. I learned when I took Sophie to Wreck-It Ralph too. When you bring a kid, they don't check your bag because they just like let you have the snacks for the kids, so the kid will show up.
Well, around here they never checked our bags.
So what you're saying is...
See, normally they'll check my bag.
So Jim, what you're saying is I need to kidnap a kid.
No, Nolan, don't do that again.
That way you can go into Chuck E. Cheese.
Why would I want to go into Chuck E. Cheese? That I don't want to
play the arcade games.
You can play an arcade game like literally anywhere else. You can go to a barcade.
What if they're exclusive to there?
You can get the terrible pizza and play.
Wow.
What if Dave & Buster's does not have Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
My mall is building a Dave & Buster's, and I'm really excited because I've never been to one.
Yeah.
They're kind of. I mean, they're all right.
The only thing about Dave & Buster's I liked is I went on a date there because the girl worked there, and we got to play all the games for free. And they had a Luigi's Mansion game where like it was really well made to where when you sucked in a coin, because you had it's like a sit-in thing, and you have a vacuum gun, and you're pointing at the screen. But when you sucked in a digital coin, it legitimately had a mechanic where it like clunk, like it felt real. It was super good.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I played that on Dave & Buster's. They're really good.
Yeah, though it's definitely a coin eater.
Yeah, you gotta wait until Dave & Buster's has their special where it's like, hey, get some $20 wings and unlimited play on certain arcade games.
I really, really want them to bring over the Konami Pachinko machine so I can finally play Metal Gear Solid 3 as it was originally intended.
Oh, that's gambling, Nolan.
The only thing I don't
actually,
like about
I don't know where Pachinko lies on Japan's gambling laws, because I'm pretty sure the reason that Pachinko is a thing is because they are trying to avoid gambling laws.
They have a thing where it's not considered gambling, I think, because you get tokens for it and you exchange the tokens for cash or prizes. So it's not gambling because you're not winning money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have like some sort of casinos here in our place, but they're not casinos really. They're
called Nakanitas.
Yeah.
I have them where I live. There's like 7, and they give you like little silver coins, and then you go exchange them at the cash for gold for actual money.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I hate about Dave and Buster's is half the games are just giant phone games.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, we played this stupid one for Jurassic World where it was just like a VR ride. You know, it seemed cool because they put some VR headsets on you, and instead of shooting the dinosaurs, they give you the little wand thing.
Yeah, it's just a scanner.
You scan the dinosaurs. You don't shoot them.
Yeah, not like this is why Jurassic Park is better than Jurassic World.
Yeah.
I want to be able to kill the dinosaurs, not save them.
Yeah, fuck the dinos.
Please don't fuck the dinos.
Yeah.
Cosmo, what kind of
which
down there?
Yeah,
I want to fuck
Everybody
Denver,
fuck
the last
the
dinosaur, and
dinosaur.
suddenly he won't be the last dino no more.
What were you gonna say, Nolan?
I asked what kind of arcades do you have over there? Do you have anything interesting or
None.
Where are you from, Cosmo?
I'm from Berlin.
Hey,
that's a place.
Europe. It's all you need.
Yeah, I know. I'm like Berlin
Do
Wall. That's
do you currently live in Berlin?
that's like near Russia, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's right. Basically
Oh,
right next to it.
That's cool.
Did you used to live in the Soviet Union?
oh my God,
Absolutely.
Pan! You can't just ask somebody if they used to live in the Soviet Union, Pan.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, Pan, you can't just do that.
It's correct. You can. Yeah. If I was uncomfortable with that, I would say it. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. Remember the old Captain Planet intro where they said, and this guy, no, they were saying where all the kids are from, like, this guy from America, this guy from the Soviet Union. They had to change that in later seasons.
I did see that.
Oh, the girl who did
Linka.
It's just because the Russians are all full of hot air.
Oh no, Jim.
Let's take that, Pan's comment section.
Whoop.
Russian viewers, what are you gonna do?
But
Okay,
no, we
anyway,
don't
sorry.
have any arcades, and I hate it.
I'm so sorry.
Damn,
Well,
sucks, fam.
there will be arcades at so you'll get to have your fill once you come here.
Yeah, I just want to move to the States already.
You gotta get your visa.
That's my New Year's resolution, to start a Kickstarter to get me out of here.
No,
what's it called? A GoFundMe page.
I'm not talking about a Visa like a green card. I'm talking about a Visa MasterCard, so you can make a lot of expensive purchases here.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
A Visa MasterCard? What? It's not a what?
Yes,
both in one.
Visa MasterCard. Yes, it's a 2-in-1. Don't you know, Jim? It's a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just get my Discover American Express Diners Club and we'll be there.
Via American Express.
American Pal.
American Pal Pro account.
Anyway, so American Dad.
Let's do one more question. Okay, all right, chat. Give us one more tasty ass question. Make it count. Otherwise, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's too late.
I want to choose.
Yes, let Cosmo choose.
Bumblebee.
It can't be. What are your thoughts on
Okay.
reboots?
I also don't want to choose the Bumblebee one. Partially because I haven't seen it and don't plan on it.
Okay, raise your hand in here if you haven't seen BumbleBee yet.
I haven't seen it.
I have, and I'll have a review out later.
Okay. I question, Jim. Is Bumblebee Shape of Water but with robots?
I heard Lindsay Ellis say that. I kind of, sort of, I think she was having fun with it, but a little bit.
Yes,
but I think
that's all I wanted.
it's
Good
more.
enough.
It's really just more. It's really just E.T. or Iron Giant. That's the structure. I think the saying it's that kind of movie. I think they're just taking some liberties.
Good.
Well, because I've seen the trailer. The very first trailer, it's clearly a romantic movie about a robot and a woman.
I will say they do. Haley Steinfeld and Bumblebee touch quite a bit.
Okay,
yeah.
Jim, just stop right there. Just stop right there. Just let it stop. Just let it stop. It's fine.
Is there any water sports like in the first Transformers
Oh my
movie?
fucking god.
Uh-oh.
Cosmo, pick the question. Good lord.
I only have one semi-decent question here by I Don't Care 30. What was your favorite use of animation from a non-animated music band? What I think they mean is like Paranoid Android by Radiohead.
Oh, like a band who made a animated music video.
I think that's what they meant.
What do you think, Cosmo?
Well, you do yours. I have.
I like the Björk music video she did a while back, where she was sort of.
Oh, the John K one.
The one where she like disintegrate. Was it human something human? Partially human.
I mean,
I don't know what Bjork is.
She's done a couple. I know John K did one.
I want to look it up. Hold up.
Bjork is like a Subway sandwich or something.
Oh, human behavior.
Oh.
Was that the one? But I think there was. I'm not sure. One of hers was animated, not fully animated, but she was sort of disintegrating. I like that one. Otherwise, mostly gorillas, but they are an animated band. So, trying.
Are you done? Are you good? Are you done? Not like to sound rude. There's no way to say that without sounding rude, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't talking over you again.
No. I'm good. Sorry.
Yeet. I was gonna say. I think I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again because music a lot take on me. I love that one with all my heart and soul. It's a great song and it's a great music video. Even though it doesn't cover the postmortem of the whole thing, where this guy who lived in a comic book now has to live in the real world. So how's he going to adapt to that? He probably can't. So he's going to die, but it'll be fine. They love each other. It's all good.
Yeah. I would say Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer, and which is stop motion, and then Pearl Jam's Do the Evolution, which Todd McFarlane did.
Yeah, that's one I would pick also.
Yeah, that's a great, and that was Pearl Jam hadn't made a music video. It was like Jeremy in '92 or something, and then they didn't make another one until '98 with Do the Evolution, and it was like, okay, if you're gonna come back with that. Holy shit.
So. There's a recent one, Freak of the Week by Freak Kitchen, I think they were called.
No, I don't know.
Did anyone see that one?
I did not.
Freak of the Week.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
I love that. You mean
video.
Freak on a Leash with the bullet, and that's pretty cool.
Close enough.
And Izzy?
What was the question?
Favorite music video that was animated music video by a band that's not like animated centered like Gorillaz is.
Oh shit! I don't know animated music.
The Pokemon theme song.
No, because the only animated music video that's not based off an animated band I can think of at the very moment is the Digimon movies where the kids in America. It's not my favorite, but it's the only one I can think
Flash
of,
in the 2000s.
What's that?
The one that's animated in Flash in the 2000s and looks terrible.
I couldn't think of any other animated video.
What a way to end the fucking podcast on. Good job, Izzy.
I like Stuck in the Sound.
I'm sorry, guys. I failed.
Wait, does Nesska have one?
Is this the moment I leave? This is when I get kicked off the podcast.
Oh, Izzy, if you
you're gonna stay here.
Izzy, if you got kicked off, it would have been years ago.
Oh,
that was Jesus.
But no, yes,
that's like a villain that says, like, if I would have killed you, I would have killed. If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it earlier. It's like, well, what? Why? Well, that's a bad investment. You could get his trust and kill him later.
True. But Cosmo.
Yes.
Do you have any upcoming projects you want to plug?
Oh, a lot. Some of them I can't really talk about as of now because a whole bunch of planning is involved with them, and I don't want anyone to like steal the idea away from me.
Sorry for stealing the 40 pieces idea.
It's fine, Jim. I'm just gonna steal it back from you.
Okay, cool. What?
How dare you? I know. I'm mean. I'm not. But I have some stuff on Frederator which I pitched to them. They just have to accept it, which they won't because they apparently aren't interested in doing videos on cartoons anymore.
What? They're not?
Well, have you checked their channel?
Yeah, I noticed they stopped doing a 107 Facts.
Yeah, they basically only do cartoon conspiracies these days.
Oh.
Yeah. So I want to start like having at least some sort of animation more like they did like a sponsored video for Nickelodeon a while back, and I want to help them out more with that. I have some collaborations planned. Just all sorts of neat stuff, like the the last year was already exciting, but I feel like 2019 is gonna get even better.
All right. Glad to hear it. Excited to see it. Because I'm subscribed, so just be like that.
Yeah. Thanks, Nolan.
If you guys want to subscribe to Commodore, look at the description. It's right there.
Hit that subscribe
It's literally
button,
right
like button,
fucking
yo.
there. Just click it.
Yeah.
Click it.
Just subscribe and follow everybody.
Yeah. So is that the end of the podcast?
Yeah.
I am. I'm bending it over
Okay.
and shooting in the back of the head, Lenny style.
I just want to say
Whoa.
to all the listeners, hope you all had a great year. And if it wasn't, hope you have a better 2019. And you work on yourself and be kind to others. And thanks for listening.
Yep.
Oh,
That was really
thanks, Dan.
sweet. That was adorable. Thank you. This is getting uploaded on the 1st, right,
Cosmo, you're
Pam?
so adorbs.
This is uploaded on the 1st, right? I think it is. So, yeah, no, that's like the perfect New Year's message.
Yeah.
Hope you guys had a good New Year's Day.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Cosmo, for coming on. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see
Thanks
you all.
for having me.
Absolutely. We'll see you all next time.
Make sure to survive Y2K. Bye.
Bye.